Hi guys and welcome back to the Peaky Pundit, live and direct, and I've got some very, very special guests with me who I'm going to be introducing very, very shortly. But just before I do, a big shout out to the friends and partners of the channel Duck and Cover. Check out their fantastic project range in the link of this description. Before jumping into today's match preview, looking forward to Monday night's game at Old Trafford as United host Arsenal. Guys, a very, very warm welcome to the guys from the RealSHIT YouTube channel. How you guys all been?
Yeah, all good, man. Thank you so much for having us.
So these guys have joined us from India. They've come especially for the Arsenal game. We've got some really exciting content coming out over the next few days as we travel up to Old Trafford. So also a big thank you to all of the new subscribers who have joined us. If you're tuning in for the first time and you haven't already, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Guys, I'm just going to go through the details of the game before getting some of your opinions, the fans' opinion, should we say, from over in India. And it would be fantastic for you guys to share that with the rest of the supporters of our channel. So as mentioned, the game is on Monday. It's at 8 PM kickoff at Old Trafford. Looking at the form guide, United struggled past Rochdale in the week with a 1-1 draw, beating them 5-3 on penalties. And our last outing in the Premier League, we lost away at the London Stadium to West Ham, of course. Arsenal have come in off the back of a 5-0 victory against Nottingham Forest. They also came from behind to beat Aston Villa in the last league game. So they're going to be coming into this game with quite a lot of positivity and a lot of confidence. Arsenal currently sitting in 4th spot. And United are in 8th, so there's a bit of a contrast there. So guys, before I go a bit further into it, what is the kind of opinion of football fans generally in India? Let's talk about United first.
So United has been like one of the most famous clubs in India because when in our childhood, man, Manchester United has given some great legends, Rooney, Ronaldo, and Van der Sar. There were so many players, man. The team was full packed, so it was like the club in India at one point of time.
And how has it kind of changed over, say, the last, well, since Sir Alex Ferguson obviously retired as manager, and it's been a bit inconsistent, a bad run of form, really, over the last few years. How are the club perceived now? Are they still as big?
But I think like after Sir Alex Ferguson, United have dedicated fans. Like they are still supporting Manchester United and they are hoping for the best, that they get in good form and perform well, and hopefully they get top of the league. So they are sticking to that thing only in India.
Yeah, and also one more thing, when it comes to football in India, it's all about Ronaldo. So when Ronaldo was in the club, it used to be the most famous in India.
So obviously once he made his move and went to Real Madrid, did a lot of fans obviously follow his journey as well. Fantastic. We're going to speak a little bit more about Arsenal as well and the current players in just a second. But looking at the kind of previous meetings between the two clubs, last season Arsenal beat us 2-0, goals from Xhaka and Aubameyang. On January, the FA Cup game was when United had that fantastic victory at Arsenal, beating them 3-1, and then reading through in December when we played them as a 2-2 draw. Back in 2018, United beat Arsenal 2-1. Talking a little bit more about Arsenal as a football club then. Again, there was an era where they had some big sort of players and they were challenging for the titles. You had Henry, Vieira, that kind of era. How are Arsenal fared as a football club amongst the football fans in India as well?
It's a respected club, I guess.
I think they have a huge following there in India. This club was really big when they had Patrick Vieira, Thierry Henry, Bergkamp. They were really good players, legends. So they have a huge base there also.
Also, throughout the kind of mid-90s, 2000s, it was these two clubs who were competing for the league title. It would always be United or Arsenal winning the league or the other team in second place. Now both teams are struggling to kind of fight for that 4th spot. Has it been a big surprise to fans in India at the kind of decline in both clubs?
Of course, it has been because, EPL is the most unpredictable league in the entire Europe. So now, people have started supporting Tottenham as well. So in India, people just respect good game. So Liverpool has gained a huge fan base. Tottenham has gained a huge fan base. And it's, heartbreaking to see legendary clubs like Arsenal and Man U to struggle for even the 4th spot and qualify for the UEFA Champions League.
We're going to talk a little bit more about that because I like some of the points you just made there. Just wanted to refer to one of the quotes from Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's press conference leading up to the game. He says, "I wouldn't put my life on Rashford and Martial being fit. That's part of the game. You work with what you have." And he's also said about Greenwood has proved when he gets in the box, he is dangerous. I have the weekend to think about starting him. So obviously a player I know you guys were very, very excited to hopefully see, and we might still see him, was
Yes.
Paul Pogba.
Yes.
Is he under that same category as someone like Ronaldo was in India, where fans are quite fanatical over him and really like him, or is he not as big yet?
Like before coming to Manchester United, he was in Juventus, and like he used to play really well there. Like he gave some really good performances there. So like after when he dispatched from Juventus and came to Manchester United, so people, like, there was a hype
Hype.
about him,
Yeah.
like, and he was sold for a big amount. So like people were like really followed Paul Pogba, and like he has huge fan base in India also.
In India
Yeah.
as well. Fantastic. And obviously another player, Marcus Rashford, is he an exciting player, or is he not quite there yet amongst the fans in
So
India? What's their opinion on him?
It's like it's like the best you have. So it's the only option, man. He's the goal scorer.
We're kind of
So
relying on him
So
as well.
when you hardly get goals, he's the one getting it. So you kindly you rely on them. But he's not as big in India back there
At the
in
moment.
India at the moment. Yes.
Looking ahead to the game on Monday, as mentioned, Shaw, Pogba, Martial, Rashford are all major doubts for the game, carrying injuries. Lacazette is mostly likely out for Arsenal. Predicted starting 11 for myself. I'm going for David De Gea in goal. I'm going Ashley Young at left back, Maguire, Lindelof centre backs, Aaron Wan-Bissaka at right back, who's been probably our best and most consistent performer this season. The two holding midfielders, I think Fred and McTominay are going to play in that position on Monday night. And I think the three attacking players will be James, Lingard and Pereira. And then Greenwood, I think, will be up front. I think he's going to be confident after scoring again against Rochdale, making a goal out of nothing. A little bit concerned at the kind of attacking threats we've got for this game, but then Arsenal aren't too strong in defence, so it might kind of help us out a little bit in that sense. Guys, one thing I'm quite interested in, I'm sure a lot of the viewers here in the UK are, United are a big brand and they drive that fan base out in Asia, whether it's China, India, or around that part of the world. Now, if it goes on for another 4 or 5 years, that I'm predicting to see them competing back for the league, is there a risk there of that 4 or 5 years losing a lot of the fan base from them countries, because people might then go and support the likes of Liverpool or Tottenham or even Man City if we're consistently not winning trophies?
Then it would be a huge loss, man. Why would someone support a team that's not winning?
And it's as simple as that.
And as long as it is for 4 or 5 years, man, you can support your team for like 3 seasons, 4 seasons, but then again, I guess in your video the fan literally cried.
Yes,
So it's
Mickey,
heartbreaking to see the team underperform. So for how long will you support such a team, man?
So that's the message. And I think a lot of United fans understand that. And we also talk about very similar things about the decline of the club and how long will it be before we get back to competing for titles. A couple of key players who I want to just kind of mention. I've mentioned about Greenwood, scored 2 goals so far. With injuries in our attack, I think he will start up front. Will he be a bit like how Rashford was when he burst onto the scene? And the confidence will be sky high knowing that he scored a few goals. Might be the performance of the whole team overall obviously isn't there, but I think Greenwood in himself is confident. He looks like he wants to attack and take his man on when he gets the ball, which is fantastic to see. Harry Maguire, I think, is going to be key for United in this game. He has to organise that defence. He's going to be tested quite well on Monday evening, and it could go one of 2 ways. But United's back line has to be on their game for sure. You look at Aubameyang, 7 appearances, 7 goals for him. He'll be the man to watch, and I think Maguire and Lindelof will be studying in how they're going to kind of deal with him in the game on Monday. You've got Pepe's coming in, big price tag, and attacking kind of forward as well, a winger who likes to get down the line and beat his man. So that's going to be interesting. Guys, what are you most looking forward to on Monday for the whole experience? Is it going to the stadium and seeing it live, or what is it for yourselves?
Yeah, it's like I've never watched a football match even in India, so I'm really excited for this one. This is my first match and that too in UK, so yeah, I'm excited for
What
that.
are you kind of looking forward to the most? Is it just maybe hearing the noise of the fans?
The
of
noise also
75,000
and the
fans?
beautiful game. I've never seen like the players playing it, so
Yeah.
yeah, I'm excited for that.
And how about yourselves?
Since my childhood, like I've been hearing this thing that like if you watch a match go and watch a match in England,
Yeah.
and like you'll be surprised the atmosphere and people cheering about their team and literally crying there, like so like witnessing the the history there, like so like I'm pretty much excited about this, especially about the atmosphere, and it is really a big game. Like it's a derby
Yeah.
between Manchester United and Arsenal. So I'm hoping for the best experience of my life, like one of the best.
And Shubham, how about yourself?
Man, I can't imagine this, man.
Yeah.
I just have to be there, and it will be a moment of my lifetime. I've been a huge football fanatic, and it's gonna be great.
So for
Really
those of you guys
excited.
who don't know, I used to do a lot of football coaching out in India, and Shubham was a former student of mine who I used to coach out there, and I could tell he had a high passion for the game,
Yes,
and obviously
yes.
I know the other guys have as well. Deepak, I know you were going to add something there. Did you have anything to sort of say?
No, I mean India. India is all about cricket,
Yeah.
but the people there they do not really watch football. So I do not really used to watch it. So now, I mean, since I'm here, so I had a plan that okay, I'll go and watch one match for sure.
Watch the game.
So,
So
yeah.
I'm obviously really excited to be taking these guys to Old Trafford for their first ever football game live at a football stadium. So as said, we're going to be bringing you guys loads of content over the next few days with some vlogs, some competitions as well. So stay tuned. But just before we do round up, a few more kind of things to discuss. Arsenal have scored 11 goals in their last 3 games, so expect there to be goals. Expect it to be quite an attacking game from both teams. I think it will be quite an open game after the first sort of cagey 15-20 minutes. I think the game will open up and we will see goals. So I think you guys are going to get a treat. Hopefully you're going to see some goals as well. A couple of facts for thoughts just before I get some predictions for the game. United are unbeaten in their last 12 Premier League appearances against Arsenal at Old Trafford. So they will be looking to continue that. 8 wins, 4 draws in that sort of period as well. And that was since the 1-0 defeat in September 2006. Arsenal have conceded at least twice in each of their last 4 Premier League games. They've not shipped 2 or more goals in 5 consecutive top-flight games since 1985. So that is a little bit on my predictions. I'm hoping we beat that as well, which I'm going to come on to. And Jesse Lingard has scored goals for Man United against Arsenal in all competitions, more than he has versus any other side for the Red Devils. And I know we're just crying out for him to score against anyone after the poor run of form that he's got. But going into predictions, I'm going to ask you guys first. Give me your scoreline predictions, guys.
I think Man U is gonna win 1-0.
You're going for 1-0?
1-0, yeah.
1-0 for yourself for Deepak. Shubham?
I'll first tell you how I want it to be.
Okay,
So I
be careful what you say here.
I want it to be a neck-to-neck match, and I want it to be 4-3.
Okay, lots of plenty of goals.
Yeah, so 1-1, 2-2, 3-3, and the winner in the end.
Last minute goal maybe for United. And sorry, you were going to say?
Yeah, so I was gonna predict it, and it's gonna be, I guess, Arsenal 2-0.
Okay. And how about yourself? Fish?
Yeah, so like I'm thinking it'll be around like 2-1.
Okay.
The game will be 2-1,
Ooh,
and
man.
Arsenal has some
You going
good
for
chance.
Arsenal
Yes,
to win?
yes.
Okay, interesting. I'm good. I'm glad he's sitting that end of the table. I'm going to go for a 2-0 United win. I've got this feeling this season we're going to do relatively well in the bigger games, and we're going to drop points like we've seen against Southampton, Crystal Palace, and the West Ham. I think we'll struggle against them sort of teams who are going to sit back, make it hard to break down. But teams like Arsenal who will come and play, who have quite an attacking flair to their game, shall we say, I think we will find it will be an open game and we'll be able to hopefully get a couple of goals. I'm going for 2-0 to United. I see Greenwood and I also see Danny James getting on the score sheet as well. Just before we do wrap up for today, first of all, I've got to thank you guys for joining me. We've got an exciting few days coming up now. And also a big shout out to all of the new subscribers, especially the guys who are fans of the RealSHIT YouTube channel. Thanks for joining us on the Peaky Pundit channel and joining our journey. Don't forget, if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the notifications, all of that jazz. And also you can check out these guys on their link. It will be in the description of this video if you're into like your Hindi comedy sketches. These guys seem quite sensible and tame here, but you want to check out their videos if you want a laugh. And they've been doing some vlogging while they've been here of their experiences in England so far. But guys, from myself, the Peaky Pundit, from the Real Shit Boys, signing out, but a big shout out also, as always, to our partners of the channel, Duck and Cover. Check out the fantastic project range in the link of the description in this video. But we look forward to catching up with you guys tomorrow with a live video coming your way from Old Trafford.